G'day YouTube, Turbo Tristan here. Now I heard a rumor that you guys love budget eBay turbo kits, budget turbos, and budget builds. Now I've got something to show you guys that I think you're gonna love. Don't sleep on these cars because these cars are the next big budget thing. You can pick one up from around about 800 bucks. You can get a turbo boosting on one for around about $1,000 on the tightest budget, or the sky's the limit depending on how deep your pockets are. But check this out. This right here is the next big thing in budget JDM builds, and it's Rex H's CE Lancer Coupe. Now, this is a car that Rex actually picked up for $821, I think, or $812. It was around about that much. He then got to work straight away on turbocharging the 4G15. Now, this is a 1.5 litre single overhead cam, just like the D series. Makes a little bit more power, I think, than a D series. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Rex then got to work and ordered himself a Max Peating Rods turbo. This one is the T28 internally wastegated version. And he employed one of his mates to make him a really cheap log manifold there, using the stock flange, cut that off, welded on some runners, and a T2 turbo flange to suit the T28 turbo. The rest of the fittings and things are from Raceworks, such as the silicone, the alloy pipes, the water lines, the oil drain lines, all the silicon. We've got a Raceworks fuel pressure regulator, and he went to the junkyard and got himself some Magna V6 injectors, shoved those in. Raceworks catch can, Bob's your uncle. The whole thing is now running, dosing, and fluttering. So Rex ended up with a dose machine on a budget with very minimal parts. So these turbos, anywhere from $150 to $250 depending on which generation you get. An intercooler piping kit, some quality silicon and hose clamps from Raceworks, catch can, some lines, fuel pressure reg, and some fittings, and of course a front mount intercooler. That one's from Max Peating Rods as well. He fabricated up a full 2.5-inch exhaust and added in the Max Peating Rods TO7 coilovers. He added a set of Watanabe reps with stretchy tires and the factory rear pods and side skirts from the top of the range model MR Lancer, and an Evo 4 rep bumper. And I think you'll agree it looks absolutely mint now, and it's an absolute blast to drive. We're going to take it for a little drive very soon. You can hear the flutters and doses. But firstly, I need to apologize to Rex. I did the right thing and I cleaned his car for him, but I used a special degreaser which I used to clean all my engines with. And I've actually cooked some of his fittings here. His awesome, nice black anodized Raceworks fittings, I've actually discolored them. So I'm gonna have to replace those, which I will do because that's what mates do. Yeah, really sorry, Rex, that absolutely sucks. So I'll get you some new fittings, courtesy of spoolup.com, but I'll buy them and I'll hand them over to you, mate. Really sorry about that. Check out this sexy lobster tail job here that Rex has done, all hand fabricated, as well as the log manifold. Just a really easy, simple setup, just like I did in the Civic videos. It's pretty much exactly the same deal to do this to a Lancer. The Lancer is cheaper. It's a coupe, so it's like getting an EJ8, discs on the front, drums on the back. Inside you get some pretty cool early 2000s and late 90s seats. Car comes with a tacho factory, which I think is awesome, and I reckon it's got a much better interior than a Civic, to be perfectly honest, for cheaper money. You can get plenty of options with these, so look around, grab yourself a good one, maybe an MR, which is the top of the range. They came with a 1.8, which is, you know, obviously better than a 1.5, but otherwise they're pretty much the same, just better brakes, better interior, better features like power windows and mirrors. The Lancer actually comes with a tacho, which you don't get in the Civic. And I believe the interior is much nicer generally. Obviously Rex has taken out his CD player here, but we've got an electronic boost controller, and we've got an AEM wideband controller there, or gauge, but that's connected into his ECU, which there is software you can grab and tune these yourself with if you're a bit of a wizard on the keyboard. Unlike the D series, you need to go to a complete standalone ECU. So for that exact reason, Lancer is the answer. You can head over to Rex's store as well, bankyspec.com.au, but link will be in the description. Grab yourself a hoodie or a shirt or some stickers or merch. Heaps of Lancer stuff on there, and heaps of Lancer content on Rex's channel showing you how he built the whole car. We're going to go for a drive in just a moment, but stationary, let's give it a rev and see if we can make some dose noises. So being turbo, it's much quieter on the inside of the car. You could hear it a little bit. I'm not sure if it's going to come through on camera, but you can definitely hear it when you're driving. So bonnet down and we'll go for a cruise now, all the way back to Rex's house to give him back his car. I promised you guys dose sounds. So we're in a closed off industrial road. I'm going to get it to about 80 k's an hour. We're going to get some dose noises. I can't find my mount. Rex has his mounts in the back, but they don't fit my camera. So what I'm going to do is hold it, shaky cam, try and not get torque steer and change gears and hold the camera all at once. I hope you guys appreciate the efforts I go to so you can hear turbo sounds. All right, to make it easier on myself, roll on in first. Heard that, but it pulls pretty quick and pretty hard, a lot of torque, and Rex and Lockie tune this themselves. So we're in second gear now. Torque steer everywhere, but you know, not caning on it. It's not my car. We went to, I think, $6,000, so about 80% throttle. But there we go. Alrighty, so we're dropping the car back to Rex's house, and it made it all the way safe and sound.
That's good.
I've already apologized for wrecking his fittings, so they're going to be sorted out this week. I hope you guys could hear the flutter sounds in the little driving bit that I did, but absolutely awesome. Don't sleep on these. I was telling the viewers about, you bought this for like 812 bucks or something like that.
Yep. So I think after fees it was like $1,000.
Oh, yep.
We've put probably about, I don't know, maybe $3,000 worth of parts in. So all up we're about like $4,500. And
Damn.
it's a pretty sick car for an under $5,000 budget, you know?
I was saying, I reckon this is better than a Civic to buy.
Really?
Because like you start at $5,000 for a clapped out EK these days.
Yep.
And you know, $1,000. It's the same thing, but a coupe, still a single overhead cam. It's a 1.5 instead of a 1.6, but you get nicer things, like the interior's nicer, the seat's nicer, the dash is nicer, you got a tacho. Yeah, I think it's a much better deal than a Civic these days. Motor swaps as well. You can do a 4G 6.3, which is the Evo engine, the 2-litre. You can do a V6 Magna swap in this, which is awesome. You can do an FTO 2-litre V6.
That'd be crazy.
You can do the Mivec 1.6, which is, Mivec is Mitsubishi's VTEC. And I've done one of these before in the past 20 years ago. Yep, I'm that old. But we put a Mivec engine in a Lancer, and it makes way more power, way more torque than the equivalent B16. So it's like an EK9 engine, but you can jam that in this. Or the 1.8 twin cam out of a Proton, or the twin cam turbo 1.8 4G93 goes in these as well. So heaps more options than a Civic.
And better than the Dirty D.
Better than the Dirty D. I'm going to say
That
it.
must be hard for you to admit, Tristan.
Well, I'm going to break a lot of hearts these
Yeah.
days here.
Yeah, look, I thought the Dirty D would be better than this, but after like finding out that you can tune these yourselves
Yep.
with the right file,
Yep.
I think these are splendid, sick cars.
I think the D16 is a stronger engine. I
Okay.
think it'll go more Ks without blowing as much smoke.
Yeah, I
and
don't know how long we've got on this.
Yeah, and I think it'll handle more boost than this. Like the
Yep.
D series will 13 pound all day long if it's tuned.
This is like max 9 and then you're pushing it.
Yeah, so pros and cons, pros and cons.
Mhm.
But what's plans for this in the future?
For now, I reckon I'm just gonna keep it like this and probably just work on like making it look a little bit nicer. Like it needs some paint on the boot as
Yep.
well. Needs a few bulbs because some of the lights have gone out. Maybe do some interior sex spec stuff. I don't know.
Ooh.
But until the engine pops, that's when I'm gonna really decide to do performance stuff. But look, I could turn it up to 10 PSI tomorrow, but I don't know. It's just probably gonna pop, you know.
Yeah, no, it's perfect the way it is. It's really comfortable actually, and it cruises nice, it's not
Max
too
PD
loud.
mods.
Yep,
Max
Maxis.
PD mods. They're the best.
I mentioned the Lancer is the answer.
Yep.
T-shirt.
I think I'm wearing it right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they're all sold out though, but
Lancer is the answer.
answer's the answer.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Sick. So grab those on Rex's website. What is it?
BenkySpec.com. That's it.
Buy the merch, baby.
Buy the merch.
So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, spool up, bring the boost. We'll see you in the next one.